3, 2.
My name is Steve Sykes. I'm a scientist with the Food and Drug Administration and have been for 35 years. At FDA, we produce a show called FDA Patient Safety News, and that's a broadcast to health professionals.
Good voice. I'd like you to use it to more.
And tells them about new devices and new products that are in the market, or particular problems that they might see with products that they're going to run across in their day-to-day practice.
Ready, roll record. I don't follow the rules. I make the rules.
Steve Sykes is at a professional training in downtown D.C. He's out of Frederick, Maryland, and here at this studio to learn how to better spread his message of safer food and safer drugs to his audience, which is comprised largely of medical practitioners and folks with advanced knowledge about different U.S. FDA topics. Sykes was a musician early on.
Yeah. You really warmed up to the task toward the end. You need to work on your facial expressions. I don't see any, really. So, I mean, again...
He says his past experience as a performer really helps with this part of his job. Today, he has brought along one of his employees, Anita Rayner. Rayner says she, too, is here to better learn different tools of broadcasting, like voice and gesturing, to bring back to the audience to help better connect and communicate complex and important information in an engaging way.
What I do is work on a monthly video program that goes out into about 4,500 hospitals and nursing homes around the country.
Get some more coffee or whatever.
And the idea is to share safety information related to how drugs, devices, vaccines work in real life. And when the FDA finds out about a problem, we want to let other people know about a problem.
When we do this video broadcast, we do it like a real news program. So we sit behind desks and things like that and work with B-roll and all the things that you would expect to see in a regular news broadcast, but none of us has ever been trained to do this. We sort of learned to do it on the fly. So my partner, Anita Rayner, and I came down here to see how the pros actually do it.
Do your camera turns, I'll be at the camera.
A picture is worth 1,000 words in the case where, for example, you're trying to show how a medical error occurred, how somebody, say, switched a couple of drugs because the names looked the same. Well, that really comes out in the visual medium.
We did recently a story on a change in the inhalers that are used for asthmatics, when they had to change from using CFCs as the propellant to using albuterol. So that was a story that we did to educate not only healthcare practitioners who have to prescribe these medications, but also to the consumers who have to use them.
With our program, since the target audience is health professionals, you have to walk a very fine line between communicating clearly and conversationally, but also understanding the level of knowledge, the background level of knowledge that that the audience brings to it. So the choice of words, making sure, and because it's a wide variety of audiences, different people will come with different backgrounds. So it's important to be clear and to be conversational, but it's also important to make sure that you're not talking down to people, that you're particularly professionals who are working in this area, because it's, you know, health professional talking to health professional. So it's reaching that balance.
I think you just get comfortable. I mean, first of all, the job is harder than it looks, believe it or not, but it's just get comfortable so the words are coming to you on the screen, and you can say them with conviction, and you're just not reading them.
You're from Manhattan?
One was, the more you know, the better you can, quote, deliver the copy. In other words, take advantage when you can write your own copy, when you can really understand the stories. Make sure it's not just reading, it's delivering the news. And you can do that if you really understand what you're saying.
This professional scientist obviously has plenty to do, so on a personal note, why come here on your day off?
The ego gratification. Believe it or not, I have some background in amateur performing, I mean, mostly as a musician. And to look at me now, you'd never believe that was the case, but there was a time when I supported myself as a folk singer in the 60s and 70s, and then as a rock musician in the 80s. And there is nothing that duplicates that experience. Nothing in my life ever duplicates the feeling of standing and performing to people like that. I don't know how to relate it any differently than that. You simply can't get it anywhere else. This gives you a piece of it, but you don't get the audience feedback, and that's what I miss. That's not my problem. I have other faults for that.